Okay, good morning, good afternoon, how you doing? Alright, time to do some updates. Please type everything sent to the schools so we will have at all schools of our planet those rules and guidelines that combine with these 10 different departments that we have will be the international constitution for all countries the same. In a few words, those are basic guidelines for everyone, for parents, for children, for teens, young adults, for grandparents themselves, for teachers, business owners, how to relate to neighbors, how to relate to co-workers, everything. And also for government leaders, that the organization going to choose from those 10 department directors. They're going to be the best ones. So they will be the ones that will be the city mayors, county mayors, state governors, and country presidents. For the countries, we are already doing this International Constitution August 2023. That already, they have many pages to fill up, and the best for each country, if they do everything well during these first 2 years of their 2-year university class, right? The whole entire course and all the testing and everything, and then they will be the ones, right? But for the other positions will be those 10 department directors. They're going to keep for these 2 years doing their great work, and then they will be able to apply those with a lot of points, most points for each county. They will be able to apply and answer the paperwork and answer the peace points, special points, and everything, okay? So they have 2 years to organize themselves, and for these 2 years they're going to do really the best they can so they can get those best positions everywhere, okay? Including those, city mayor, county mayor, state governor, and that's it. Thanks so much. We see you soon. Here we have some more updates. Take your notes, type everything, and send to the schools. All right, here we are. And this is Goiana Ferreira from Florida. It is a gift to have your participation. And the other thing, for water, for cold water, for the hydration drink, it's kind of nice to have cold water, right? That you're gonna mix with 2 spoons of jelly, or if you're gonna blend some fruits that if you have a lot, Okay, so put the plain, clean water in a transparent jar, okay, in your fridge. And in the morning, you're gonna mix that mixture, you, the couple in charge, and the other couples, always 2 couples, one do it and one check, okay? Supervise that nobody gonna put anything bad or more or less or gonna hurt anybody with that bad things, okay? But then it cannot be like that. It's in a transparent jar, such as those PET, 2 liters. Many supermarkets need to dump away their sodas, right? So you get those, or those in gallon, those that are transparent, you can use it too. All right, very good. And get your hydration drinks, the room for it, the kitchen, the food. Ask for all donations. What else we talk about? Get your yogurt going, and 2 months after that, you get already the mothers donating, okay? With pumps. Remember, every community needs to have 2 the best pumps you can buy. Not those crazy expensive 400-500. No, we use simple, very good pumps, but not those too cheap, gonna break in a month. All right, so 2 pumps for the mothers. They're gonna be right there. They're gonna take their milk right there, and comfortable rocking chairs for everyone. Comfortable cribs, healthy cribs, some play pans, okay, for the babies to be on Saturday right beside their parents, and everything else I already said. And already keep every single one. If they are more rusted or new, or doesn't matter, okay? So of course you're gonna keep the best for the cells, the kitchen. You're not going to mix them, okay? So which ones you have to figure out. You're gonna keep the Pyrex because they're transparent for food. Then you get more points. That is, you get more points if you use this for food. And those dark ones keep for the plants, for the little containers, to sprout them, okay? So people already have them. Let's use. Every kitchen in all countries have some counter space, right? Okay, so use them all. Put one beside the other. If you have a window, that is plenty for the plant to start. Afterwards, you need a full sun, 6 to 8 hours a day. But to start, the seeds have this value that God and nature gave. They will sprout. They have that strength. If they have the warmth, you know, and the moisture, and then they will sprout. They will break through those shells, you know, these coverings, and they will sprout. All right, very good. Let's get going. The other thing that I didn't say, keep all your containers. The worst scenarios, you're gonna use styrofoam for the seeds, you know, to sprout them with paper towel or not, you know. The worst scenarios, yes, you can use them. The other thing, if you have, because this is like I reuse over and over and over, but in reality, they are a type of disposable one for some places. Okay, so you can also use this type. You know, you can also use this type. And what you're gonna do, if it's really cold, and then you can use this for them to create their own environment, such as a mini greenhouse for them to sprout for 1 or 2 weeks according to the seed. You're gonna open, you're gonna check, or just leave it alone, right? Okay, so that's another option. If you have, you use it, all right? What else I can say? So for everyone, even in temperate climates, you know, good climates, you know, because here you're going to be checking every day. You're going to drink water, you know, at the kitchen. You're going to drink water all the time with your family, early in the morning, before you go to work and school, when you come back. So they have more chances for you to look what's going on. Oh, it's a little too dry. Let's put a few more drops of water on this towel. You know, oh, they're doing great. Look how beautiful. So we don't have to water them today. They're right there to your counter. So that is perfect, okay? That is perfect. All right. If you have, for example, if it's too cold out, too hot out, too windy, too rainy, whichever it is, they're going to sprout right here. And remember, touch them a little bit, you know, look, because plants, they have this feeling. It's like, you know, ourselves and animals, they have this feeling. We have to pray for them. Before we let them go, we pray for animals. And when we're receiving those plants, you know, you touch them. Hey, my friends, how you doing? Not to get crazy, no, be talking to them 4 or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, no. Hey, how you doing? Doing great? Done. You know, not to get crazy, but a little things like that, the kid's gonna look, say, Mom, what are you doing? Talking to the plants? Yeah, come on, say good morning to them. Done. Okay, not to be talking, but a little bit, it's okay. You see the rain. Thank you, rain, beautiful day. You hear bird. Hey, birds, good morning. Not to be talking to them. People are gonna think you're crazy. No, but you say good morning, say a little something else, done. Bye-bye. All right, have a great day, okay? And you talk to your chickens. You touch them for them to be friendly. There are some tips online I have seen, you know, because some chickens or roosters, they are all territorial and they're this and they don't like to get close. You know, touch them a little bit. Get one or another. They need to be friendly. Pray for them to be friendly. Have the rabbits inside or outside your property, because rabbits, if you really need, remember, we're not going to have hundreds of thousands of farms everywhere. Okay? So if you need, you have that extra meat and you don't have to kill your chickens for meat. You have the rabbit meat in case of emergency. You don't have fish. You don't have rivers close by. All the people, the cities living. You know, you have those rabbits, okay? Keep a little enclosure, you know, put some type of top at night, so, you know, for predators or net, whichever it is. You can make a big room. For now, it's okay. In the future, they're going to be free. But for now, if you're in a location that you're afraid they're going to jump the fence and eat the rabbits, keep net on the top, on the side, you know, like chicken houses. You get in, you know, you can move them around, you know, to other little bushes that you already have in your property for them, you know, to be free like that. Or you sprinkle some hay around, right? Because they reproduce really easily. You can use the skin for shoes, right? If really needed, you have the basic right there in your hands. The meat, and if really needed, you can use the skin. I don't think so, because for now, you know, those 2-4 years, you know, until everybody gonna be at the beach, 200 kilometers from the beach or at the desert villages, what you gonna do? For sure, everyone gonna have tennis shoes and boots, rubber boots, everything we need. You know, socks and long pants, okay? All right, so this is very important, okay? But if need, you have those 20, 40, 100 rabbits growing according to your reality. It's an extra. Let them grow. They're going to have more babies. Let them grow. Have a second house. Share a little bit. Have different bunnies reproducing, okay? And check online. What you're going to do? You're going to make little houses, you know, for them. Not too close. Be fair, you know, not those traps. You're not putting them in traps. Make spaces for them, okay? Or you cover the top at night with something else. But I think the best, if you are in a location with bad wild animals, already have the top and the sides already established with chain link, thin chain link, or like chicken wire. You know, they're very close by. The chain link might be bad for other things. Okay? All right, do the best you can for those, you know, those rabbit houses, those chicken houses, and because at least you're going to know they're good meat, you know, they're not poisoned with mercury. You know, do not get things that if you live you just move to an area, you're not sure, okay? All right, so look around. Don't start eating fish that has mercury if you don't have a bunch of cilantro that should take their mercury out. Everything just makes sense, okay? And you have to study what makes sense, things that you know about them. So, for example, for tuna, you know, don't gonna eat a whole bunch of tuna at once, or give tuna to babies, or give tuna to pregnant women, because then you're gonna have birth defects, right? Because tuna have some levels of mercury. So you can eat fish only twice, for now, for 2 years, only twice a week. For the other days, it's better we eat chicken or meat or rabbit, anything else. The hunt, you're gonna have, every community gonna have the hunting team. You know, they're gonna put traps, they're gonna check every day and put some food, some scents that attract different types of animals. So if they're putting fruits in one side, the other side they can put some raw meat, you know, to attract different. But remember, up to 2 years, you can only have fish twice a week. A good portion for each person, but not at the school twice a week and at home twice a week. No, or one or the other. So you already agree with the school, because they're gonna also receive donation and places that can fish. They're also gonna fish, right? Their parents gonna fish and bring it back, right? Not the students. Only if they're the very excellent students, then they're gonna be part of this business, right? Okay, so every even month, they're gonna eat at the residential communities. Let's do that, because the number month 1, January and July, they're gonna be at the residential communities vacation. And No, sorry, the other way around. Every even month, they're gonna eat at the residential communities, those fish. And every odd number, every even month, they're gonna eat at the residential community because they're home. January and July, every even month, they're gonna eat at the schools. Yes, okay. All right. It's late. I woke up 4 o'clock in the morning. Today is May the 4th. What time is it right now? Let's look here. It's 9:40. We're still recording. I took a little break. I rest a little bit, but it's so much to do. Let's get it done. Okay. So every even month, people gonna eat fish at the schools for these 2 years. Okay, because of the mercury, only twice a month. And every odd month, including the vacation months, January and July, people will eat at their own residential communities twice a month and no more. Okay? And which fish you're gonna use first or last, I already talked about that. Put them in sealable bags. Before you seal the bag, take the air out. And of course, already freeze them clean. Take all their belly things, right? Okay? Very good. Some fish you can eat eggs, some fish you cannot. You search online if they have eggs of any type. We're gonna eat everything. Everything we're gonna eat. We're gonna stop this, because with time they're gonna reproduce amazingly. With this good environment they're gonna have, they're gonna reproduce, So if you get salmon, all those fisheries that can go and get salmon, please do that. It's very rich. We have omega to give to countries, to families of all countries that need people to have good nutritional food. Okay, so fisheries, they are going to have their basic things. What are their basic things? Be safe, right? Be safe. And give proper points, have proper work hours, don't work at night. Everybody else the same. They can study at night and they come back home. That's okay, they can leave because some fisheries are huge, but they cannot work at night. They can study at night, sit down from 7 to 10. They already took their shower. That's okay. And they have to come back twice a month to that land. They cannot stay forever in the ocean. And then we don't know if they're okay or not, right? But they can go. Retired people can go because we need those fisheries now, because afterwards they're going to close down as well. We're going to have only small fisheries, but all these huge fisheries, they have to fish now. Bring everything that's edible. Going to take more time to process them, but bring because we need them, okay? And good oils from some that has omega, fish itself for meat, for omega, okay? We need that. We really need fish to feed our population, okay? And right now, and we're going to tell you when the big fishery is going to make a break, because those going to stay longer. So, of course, every fishery gonna also have 10 department directors and their parents working with them. On that case, all their young adults and children, teens, for fisheries that are very big, they can have older teens living there, the fishery, with proper rooms. Some are huge. And some vacation ships can be used for fishery. Not these huge ones, but some large ones can be used. Of course, you're going to take all these things that you don't need. You can even keep one pool there, right? And basic things. One restaurant area to eat, one pool for them to have fun. Yes, we can use everything we have. We can use for good purpose. We can have other big ships transporting wood from Amazon, places that for sure they're gonna catch up themselves. We don't need to do anything. From Amazon, and from those and from Europe, gonna close down the places anyways, right? Okay, very good, my friends. So let's study those videos. Let's get organized. The other thing, you're helping a school, okay? So you're helping a school with those videos, right? So we have more than 500 videos. So the first thing you need to do is list them all. So in order, you list them all. You can get a few couples to do that, a few students from your school to do that. That's the first thing you do. List those 500 with the time. Time and name. Time first, you make a line, you know, and then the name. I'm going to show you more details. So let's go, right? I'm going to show you how you're going to do it. Okay, so let me say a few words very quick. Yes, you keep a towel, a hand towel at your front door. Always do that. And every week you're going to change that color. Okay? So if you leave in the morning, you can leave already wet with some drops of soap. Fold it so when you come back it's not dry. Okay? And yeah, or you take your shoes, leave your shoes right here, and the family, no, that doesn't work, the family to wait outside. You leave it ready in the morning. And the way you fold it, you know, you can leave right on the side. Or the soap is already there, and if it dry a little bit, it's okay. You come, the first person that comes, go to the kitchen, get a little cup of water, you sprinkle around, you know, and then you come and you rub few times. So, because the drops of soap is supposed to be there already, all right? The other thing, keep all these boxes, if they are trellis like that, keep them, okay? Because you can plant on them, you can keep them like this to put your tools facing down. We are not going to have anywhere tools facing up. It's always down inside the best box you have. If you don't have a wooden one, that's what you're going to use, okay? All right? Put a piece of carpet or something to be sturdy, okay? All right, and we're going to talk also about safety, okay? So everyone that do have a laundry, what you're going to do? You keep doing your laundry at your own house. You might share with a neighbor or another that don't have, until they have all the installation of the pipes. Sooner you get things done, you, the family, and you, the community people in charge, the 4 or the 10 department directors, what's going to happen? You're going to get more points soon as you get it done, to make people get it done. So you're not transferring those machines, you know, unless you're ready with those pipes. Every floor going to have this laundry room, and that might be even an apartment, okay? An apartment with quite a few machines, okay? Instead of people going far away to do the laundry, you know, it's good for the weekend, but we don't have that much time. It's better to do the laundry from Monday to Friday, get it done. And the families with young children can repeat on a Saturday or the Sunday, okay? So everyone with 8 years old and above, you're going to schedule yourself to do your laundry from Monday to Friday. Very early in the morning, 5 to 6 or 6 to 7, or in the evening from 5, whichever time you arrive, or if you already work at the residential community, you take the break or lunchtime break, you know, but from Monday to Friday, because those families with younger children, if you have them, of course, right, because some are going to start moving to the beach, okay, so what you're going to do? They have the machines free Saturday and Sunday. But as soon as you don't have them anymore and they are available, then you can do Tuesday and Saturday or Wednesday and Saturday, okay? All right, very good. One more thing for us to do. The other thing, remember that I said about the basketball, remember? The basketball, instead of putting a bucket and cut the bottom, that's the basic, you know. You can do a knitting for the side. If you have a ring, you know, a strong metal ring or strong metal, I guess, right? This part you can do with crochet, you know, and you're going to look online how to do it. All right? Because it's like a bag to carry the ball, but in reality it's gonna be the basket itself. Okay, very good. For the balls, if you're concerned, you know, it's like the same as the bike. Keep with you, because then when you're gonna play with your own children team, you have these balls and your bicycle safe. So if you're not sure, or if your community has too many new people, you don't want to trust to keep by the clubhouse, that's okay. Those things you can keep. You cannot keep food, but those things you can keep. The other thing is that, like for sesame seed and things, we are going to share, because that's the best. Oh, I work hard to buy this or to buy that. Okay, well, but we have other people that are very sick. You know, they also need sesame seed for calcium, or they also need, those seeds have selenium, such as the Brazilian nut, have a good selenium, but other things have selenium as well. You know, because they're very good, they take free radicals from your body, but you cannot have too many. So every day, if you have Brazilian nuts, every day you give to the people that need the most. Who is really sick? Who needs those things? All right? Very good. We see you soon. All right, so let's say a few words about the garden tool safety and room, and also the demolition and construction tool safety and room. You know, it's a and tool room. So first is safety, and then the tool room. First is safety, and then the tool room. Okay? All right, so the first thing you really need when you're talking about your thing is to plan, talk about with other people, have an estimate of how many tools you need, you know, such as hand tools, you know, such as the body, that's how we're gonna call it's the longer body size tools. What else? And some other extra things. If you have a hose, if you have some watering cans for the kids, you know, because a hose you can have only for one person, you know, to do it. But if you have 10, 20, yes, you need watering cans. So let's already say maybe 10 for every child, you know, for every 100 children. Okay, so you have 10 for every 100 children, because then they will share and have fun, right, along the morning or along the afternoon. I think it's good. You can have some more larger ones and some smaller ones, okay? And then one of the parents or grandparents is going to be there by the hose, or they can pick up straight from the sink if you already have them installed. All right, outside. Okay, so first is a plan, right? You need to plan, and then, of course, you're going to write it down and make a list that you think is reasonable according to your reality. How many you need? You need 10 of each, or 20 of this, you know, 10 of that. Remember, we are going to share the whole day. So if you have your garden like this, you know, if you start with the big tools here, they keep going for the next teams, always clockwise. Okay, and the small tools too. So for example, here is large tools. This team gonna have large tools. This team gonna have large tools, and this team gonna have the small tools first and small tools first, because you're gonna have different areas. They might not be perfectly the same, but just for you to have an idea of the areas. Okay, so here you have the large, and here have the large tools, the body tools, right? And here have small, and here have small, right? Okay, so you set up a time, 2 hours of work, they pass to the next team. 2 hours of work, everyone pass, so everyone gonna have the large and the small tools. So you have what? You have 10, 20 people working at each of these locations. So what they need to do, revolve the soil, you know. So this is one idea how you can do it. So you're gonna have the hard rake, you're gonna have the round soft rake, so they can do whichever they need. They need to grab dry leaves from the area to mix with their garden beds, or they need to dig, or they need to mix soil with compost. So that's a good idea. It's very easy to control. So start with this pattern, okay? And on the following Saturday, they start the other way around. So this team and this team will start with the large tools, and this team gonna start with the small. So 1 week is large, the other week is small. And after 2 hours, they're gonna share with each other to do these jobs. Get dry leaves, dig, transplant, whichever is their reality. Okay, so you wrote down everything you need. You make teams, if it's 4, 8, or 10, 20, whichever is your reality, you're going to make those teams. You already made a plan. Every 2 hours, you're going to share those tools. So you're ready. This way, you're going to know how many families going to work. It's always a half in the morning, a half in the afternoon. Even people work in a restaurant, you cannot have people disappearing, and have just a few working in the afternoon. It needs to be about a half of the families, maybe 2 more or 2 less, but a half. They can prepare the food in the morning. Restaurants need to work in the morning, even though they're not open to the public that much as in the afternoon, goes to the evening, but they can cut the food, prepare everything, have everything ready, cook quite a lot of things, because we don't need warm food all the time, as I said, okay? All right, so, and then you write it down, you get ideas, you talk about, of course, those are strong wood, and, get on the wooden part, write the name of your community, get a permanent marker towards the top, right? Always a little bit here towards the top, okay? Because one day you're gonna move, you're gonna sand that out, so not permanent marker, right? With, I think the best option is this, a ballpoint blue pen, just for you to have an idea, okay? Or you can also put a sticker and a transparent tape on the top of the sticker, so not where people hold their hands all the time, because then they're going to be damaged too easy, but right on a point will work. People just have to be careful to don't wash those tips, so the paper won't get, the sticker, right, won't get damaged. And you cover with tape, large tapes, also 1 centimeter. So here's the sticker, 1 centimeter, the tape goes like that, 1 centimeter all around, so it won't get water too easy, okay? Because you're gonna be changing locations until you reach the beach area, right? Okay, so this is good, because I think the permanent marker gonna get too much into the wood, gonna be harder to sand. So yes, let's do stickers until you get to the beach area. So yes, stickers. Okay, so then you plan how the tool room gonna be, where gonna be. Okay, you have a little shed, you have a little garage from someone or from the office. What do you have? What's the best option? You need 2 different ones, or the community is good enough, 1 is enough, because you don't want people to be walking, then they get to the tool room to pick them up or to drop them off, okay? So people will meet at the front of the clubhouse, so you need to have that tool room or a house, right, neighbor across the street, right, of your neighborhood, because people will meet where they eat, okay? So let's say here's your community, right? So maybe you have 1 clubhouse number 1 here, and a clubhouse number 1 there. So, for people that live more or less, I don't know, you see, in this area and live in this area, or the other way around, you can cross like this. So you're gonna see according to reality, because some, as I said, some communities have hundreds of apartments. You can even have here the 3. Always do the last number towards the top, okay? Going upwards and towards the right. Always you follow this pattern, okay? The last one goes up and right. Okay, so you can have 4 different clubhouses, and people from that area gonna attend and eat and work the gardens, you know, at their area. But if the food, you're gonna divide like that, the meals, you know, people gonna have 4 different apartments to cook for the entire community. Because remember, we talk about 100, okay, or even 8, who knows? Maybe your community is like that. You know, I don't know. So maybe you have 4, maybe you have 8, maybe you have 6, maybe you have 10. It's all right. Choose one house or one apartment. The best as possible is apartment if you don't have a very large kitchen. But even if you do, you know, sometimes to cook for 400 or 1,000 people every day, you're gonna need many different clubhouses, right? So 1, 2, always go up afterwards. 3, 4, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know. So here's just a few examples. So, okay, about 100 people in each house to eat. That we're gonna call clubhouses or cafeteria, okay? All right, so you got those 10 houses or 10 apartments that they're gonna be preparing food, and at night at the living rooms they're gonna be schools. If you have a very large bedroom, you know, so it's okay, you have 2 groups, one of this very large bedroom and one at this living room. Some bedrooms, the master bedrooms is big, very big, you know, okay? All right, so that is very good. If they have a bathroom there, they don't use, right? People use before or after the class. For an emergency, this 10 minutes break between 7 and 10, people can use the living room, a bathroom, or people gonna get out of the bedroom for the classes. So here, if you have, you know, like some bedrooms are very big, like this mine here, you see, very, very large. Look, it's huge. That's my bike. I put it there. Okay. Yeah, because they told me you cannot have bikes. So I didn't want the owner to come here and get problems with me, saying you said, so I hide a little bit. That's the reality. Believe that? Okay, so you can have many chairs and people gonna have their clipboards to study. Okay, so you made the plan, all right? So where those tools gonna be? Beside that kitchen, makes sense, right? That is good. You cannot mix tools with this kitchen and classes. That won't work. But the neighbor house, so if one house, one apartment will be the food, right? The lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, right? And the hydration drink at those cabinets. That will work. And then at night from 7 to 10, the same house is for students. That match. The kitchen need to have a door with a lock. And if they have that opening from the kitchen to the living room, some have this a counter, a big large opening window here, and then you have to figure out to close at night. You close the kitchen entirely, so they can have a class at the living room and at the master bedroom. Usually they're very big, as I just said. Okay, if you have a children's bedroom, that can be used for the hydration drink, you know, or it can be used for some clothes detergent, keep even some chemicals. If it's on the opposite wall, that's okay, you know, cleaning products. For what? For the area they're in charge. You're already going to divide everything, you know. So some communities are straight, some are not. Okay, so you do it, whichever is your reality, and then you're going to put numbers always from the bottom to the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, make the map, you know, print it out. That's worth it to print in one regular print size paper like this one, white. Okay, so you're sure to get the road names and everything, you know, in a proper scale. Print 2 copies, one you keep and one you show at the mural for everyone. Okay, so this apartment or this house. So the living room is big and the master bedroom is big. You're going to teach classes there. So you're going to make a circle with chairs, right? Or maybe you have here one table with many chairs around, one table, many chairs, one table, many chairs, one table, many chairs. You can do that. So one teacher going to be here and another teacher going to be here. So this can be a couple here, the living room, and a couple teaching here, the master bedroom. Or the wife here, if they're the only ones that know English or the only ones that are offering to teach about the organization, that's okay. A wife in one, the husband in the other, they're working at the same environment. Everyone gonna be respectful, polite, you know. The other thing, if that is the option, one group will be learning the English, one group maybe is English, the other group maybe is about the organization. That's another way you can divide the groups, okay? At each area you divide if it's really large, okay? All right, that of course fit on this location. So at the children's bedroom, you can keep some cabinets or install some cabinets for the hydration drink. Remember, they're not going to mix with the kitchen. And put a lock at those cabinets, how many they are. Okay, or at the main door, that's okay. The cabinets won't have a cabinet, won't have a lock because there are too many. Okay, so you have 4, 8 doors. It's okay, get a new key for the main door, okay? And if needed, you leave the top open because if it's the second floor, third floor, you know, you can open while you're cooking, you know, or you're not the same person as cooking, but you can open the window, you prepare in there, put a table, so you prepare the basics, get the rest of the kitchen, lock. When you go into the gardens to offer the jars of juice or the fruits, the nuts, this room is locked. And then you come back, wash at the kitchen, the items you used, right? The jars, whichever it is, and then you dry them with your own towels because you're in charge of your towels. The kitchen is in charge of their towels, and you should be quick there. Wash them quick and get out of the way. And you come here, put in your hydration drink room, and lock the door, and you're done for the morning. And then in the afternoon you do the same. Okay, use the kitchen quick, and you can keep there some fruits or some things if you can. You're gonna have your own refrigerator, right? If your area has a lot of fruits that you can freeze, or a regular refrigerator on this kitchen, on this children's bedroom. All right, very good. And you're also gonna have shelves here at the living room for all the notebooks, right? A small shelf, and you're gonna have a shelf for this group, okay, those students here. All right, and they can be blended, grandparents and parents with young adults. This time is not for people, because here's the young adults, you know, from 18 to 22, those that are polite, respectful. They can work all day with their parents and study at night with parents or grandparents, okay? Or the parents can just be sitting at the porch. If you have a porch, they are there just for supervision, for safety. you know, those teenagers, that's okay. They're just relaxing at the porch, talking a little bit. You can have AC if it's too hot. You can have ceiling fans, all right? Feel comfortable. People need to feel welcome and people need to feel comfortable. Cannot be too hot, cannot be too cold. You know, we are going to practice those things, how to be resistant and strong afterwards. Right now, it's not the first 6 months, the first year. It's not time to be thinking. You know, you are in charge, so you decide how much the AC gonna be, how much the heater gonna be, if it's really cold, instead of having people with all these jackets and all these things, okay? All right, very good. So the elders can be right here at the porch of this apartment, for example, or they can be downstairs right here. You know, have a few benches, you know, maybe 2 benches or even 4, you know, okay, or 2 and 2 facing if you have a lake or if you have a garden. They can be talking there a little bit and practicing, or also another class outside. That can be if you need to have 2 or 4, you know, okay. All right, with other couple, one teaching English, one teaching the organization. You always share. Or here everybody gonna be English and here everybody gonna be the organization. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, you can have them outside as well, the elders, or the parents can also be outside learning something else. So you can have 2 groups, the same as here. One is English, one is about the organization. Here also, one is English, one is about the organization. You can do this way. So you're going to be always share things. And the families, whichever, if this couple rather have inside, you know, they start inside. If this couple, you can only stay outside if safe. Or get another house. You know, no mosquitoes, no foxes, no wild dogs, no snakes, no ants. And then it's okay, you can stay outside. Some light, you know, enough light for the tables, a veranda or not. So, because people need to be safe. And then they come, get their notebooks, bring inside. Get their notebooks and bring inside, okay? All right, very good. So that is how you're going to share. You're not going to have numbers. You're going to have a house or an apartment. And done. And every food, everything that's going to come in the name of the community, you're going to share with everyone. Exactly the same, okay? All right, so that's why you need to have your community in even numbers, right? 6, 8 different areas, right? Not odd numbers, going to be much harder, and then you're going to need to calculate. They do this way because everyone, whichever they have, they already can calculate, you know, without calculators, and share with everyone. They already know, okay? Those kitchens also on the bottom, you know, that's cool. You know, there's way to preserve what I said, potatoes, sweet potatoes, even ginger. Some of them you're going to use, some of them you're going to leave to start sprouting and plant the following month, right? So the bottom of those cabinets you can use. It's cool, right? Okay? So everything is just, you know, a good sense, right? Okay. If you think it's too hot, not enough ventilation on the bottom of those counters, kitchen counters or kitchen cabinets that you have, put here. It's all right. If it's cool, you can put at the porch. If it's not cool, you can put here at the classroom. Have, you know, the shelf that on the top gonna be for notebooks. The bottom gonna have those boxes, paper, cardboard boxes with those ginger growing, you know, because if you believe that here will be the best, you know, and of course if you trust those students that they're not going to be injecting anything, right? Or just for safety, keep at your kitchen, because at the kitchen you have a door with a new lock. Many kitchens won't have a door, just put one because you're gonna need, right? okay? And check the best way to open, the best way to close, because people might be coming from the outside door right there. You know, many apartments are built like that. Okay, so you got that done. If your community is really big, you can also have 2 houses, 1, 2 per each region. 1, 2, 1, 2, beside each other. You know, beside each other. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? That's another way if to fit everyone, and of course they're gonna be neighbors or across the street from each other. So you get 2 apartments, all right, and not 1. Okay, so you did this, you did that, you got your plan, you got your tools, you make a list, and then you see how many you have. Everyone, you already got the location, got the proof of that house. You need the tool and the house you're gonna cook, right? Where you keep tools, you do not have classes at that apartment, you know, unless they're locked in a room. And then it's okay, you can have the class at the living room, all right? That's okay. The same way here. If you have your items locked, all the garden tools, buckets, you know, the wheelbarrow, everything, if it's locked, that's okay. You can use the living room for classes in the day and lock your 2 rooms, for example, in a children's room, whichever is your reality, or the kitchen, because then you can have a little counter ready there, okay? All right, very good. So you got your items, then everyone gonna bring what they got. Everyone, they're gonna bring what they got from home, small, big, large, more or less, you know, all this. So before they bring, you need already to have the location where you're gonna put those tools. All right, so let's say you got the 50 or 100 or 200, all right? So the first thing is put things together. So you're gonna get a Saturday morning and you're gonna sort them out, and you're gonna make in cardboard boxes. And if needed, if it's windy, you put a brick right there. So you're gonna have many cardboard boxes even before they arrive. And you're gonna write hand tools here, large tools here, and you already show them how you want them. So if you want them to put like this way, you already make a little, you know, make a little example there. Or you bring one you already have, so they're gonna follow and put them all the same way. If you want them the other way, you already make on a drawing this way. The person gonna learn with these things as the days go. So hand tools and watering can here. Always use the word here. And you keep going. Hoses here. If it's houses, you're gonna have a bunch of hoses and sprinklers and fertilizers. And then you put organic fertilizer, synthetic fertilizer, bug spray. You know, because you need a few. Sunblock. A little bit, you can keep. The rest you give to the clubhouse. All right, because, you know, people are going to be working there. Okay? Use always the worst first on products. Okay? So basically it's that. Sprays. Hand size spray. What else? Then, you know, those larger ones, a half meter sprays. Okay, all right. So you keep put, according to reality, put more or less everything related to tools, not related to demolition or construction, such as solar lights or things or sinks you're gonna get from other people, other communities gonna be start closing down. That's something else. Pieces of wood, but if it's pieces of wood from garden, you can put there, you know. And here, greenhouse items, counters, and folding tables, you know, and here picnic tables, because if you have houses, you're gonna get some donations. All right, so you make a list of them all. When you have the meeting, before they bring, you're already gonna explain those things. All right, so tell them you're gonna put in alphabetical order from left to right. Okay, all right. So they gonna arrive, they already think on their head where things go. And if you need, you explain something else for large items, such as the folding tables and picnic tables. All right, so if rain, you do prayer for the rain stop. So you're gonna do all this way, or you're gonna do all the signs here and here, and they're gonna put their things the other way around. So they walk, here's like a 2 meter space, you know, like a sidewalk, right? And they're gonna put on the opposite way. So here they just walk, okay? That's a good idea, instead of the other way around. And they have to look. Can you read? Too far, can you read? Okay, so you put the tools after the signs, towards the outside of this the sidewalk, right? You can use one if you have one cemented. Already use the one you have. Okay, the other thing that you can receive as donations are tiles, mulch, seeds, what else? Sinks, right? Maybe somebody already got a sink from somebody. Faucets. All right? Okay, but not like electric and plumbing is here. Electric and plumbing is here. And here you can also have sprinklers above ground. And you can have the dripping hoses. Okay? According to reality, if you think people are not going to have one or another, or maybe one, a few you're gonna get for the entire community, you know, then you don't have to make all these signs. You already asked at the meeting, anyone has this or that? They're gonna say yes or no. And then you're already gonna have an idea if you need all these signs or not. Okay? Makes sense, right? Because if it's apartments, people are gonna have much less things than houses. Depends the community, right? Some communities, they are big houses, people have big gardens, they have a bunch of things, and some others they don't. Okay, so you have this, right? You have this side, they walk, and you're already gonna make a plan. All right, so this is a Saturday morning, 8 a.m. they bring, 7 a.m. Put 7 a.m. drop off time, 7 a.m. drop off time, 7 a.m. okay, and then 8 a.m. So maybe we can do 7:20 prayer or 7:40 according to reality, because you don't want to start working too hot. Remember, that's the objective. Start early in the morning. The body's gonna get used to the heat. So you do your prayer, you sing 2 songs, right? You do 2 prayers, you sing 2 songs, and then you start. Okay, so about a.m. everybody's ready, already going to the team. So you're already gonna plan ahead what they're gonna do with all this bunch of things. Of course, is what you need the most. What you need the most, you know, is the garden beds and pots. Oh, here I forgot. You also need one for big pots, né? 10 to 20 centimeters, and then one for trays, and one for pots 20 centimeters or bigger, something like that. All in English. Everything all is in English. Okay, so You start working soon after, about 7:40. You don't have to wait at 8, okay? So you're gonna have already teams. During your meeting a week before, you know, as soon as you already have that apartment or house, you're gonna keep everything. All right, you said, who gonna put the wood in place for the garden beds? Who gonna, you know, you ask people because they might feel comfortable doing one or another because maybe already they did something, you know, before in their years, or they like to do that. Don't say you and you gonna do this and that. That's not time for that. Ask first, and then you're gonna see which ones nobody's doing. Then you can do it, or you ask someone else to do it. Okay. All right. So this we need 2 couples for this. We need 4 couples for that. You know, we need 1 couple for this. Whichever is your reality. You know. So this team gonna put their items straight inside the apartment we got. This team have the wood, gonna do the garden beds the whole morning. This team gonna get the seeds, select, all of them gonna have this name and gonna have a pattern using what? The syllable, a half bag sandwiches or whole bag sandwiches, for example, with the name, the information, okay? And keep the picture, you know, or the whole envelopes, whichever you get in, because maybe you get a bunch of seeds in paper, and maybe you get properly purchased seeds. So, okay, this is the seed selection team to see what we're gonna plant, to see where we're gonna start, which one is a good season for the area you live, you know, so that's the seed. Okay, then you're gonna have a team already preparing the trays for seeds. So these couples here, for example, you know, 2, 4, whichever. So they're already preparing the trays, small trays to plant what is reasonable. This team, for example, gonna put, some teams can work during the week, like you already select more or less, make the signs at the shelves. You know, you can make ahead of time, before Saturday. You know, the signs, you can do that, okay? So a few things you can organize more or less. You don't know exactly how many gonna come from each. During the meeting, you can ask for the most important things. That's the wood for you to start, the dirt, the seeds, and the trays, and water, faucet. The rest are more like details. Okay, so a few things, you're gonna organize that room, and of course you're only gonna tell them to drop off if you already have the key of that apartment or the key of that house in your hands with a document. So you need the document under your name that you're responsible for this garden tool, the address and everything from the owners, whichever they are, right? And you need a new key. You are in charge. You don't want someone that live there come and steal all the tools in the middle of the night, or you know. So you're in charge. You get a new key. It's worth it to pay for it. Keep the receipt. Because if you don't have much money and you're gonna get any donation, you already deduct from the things you're gonna need, the key, or maybe some seeds, you know, because that's for your entire, one of those entire communities, right? One of those. So keep your receipts. If you have good money, you don't have to worry about, it's not that expensive, that's fine, but you keep the receipt anyways. So you need the documents from the owners, you need the key, you need a cell phone to take pictures and also do your YouTube account, right? For your family and for your community. Okay, and record. You're still in charge. Maybe you are the 4 couples, or maybe you're already the 10 couples. Doesn't matter. All of this you need. All right, and the last 4th thing is the records book. One for your family and one for the community. They're completely separated. All right, you have to print some pictures and glue them here with white glue, and you have to print some pictures for your own family and glue them here. There are 2 separate books. Okay, so shall we do a recap? All right, number 1, owner's document with your name, your spouse name, everything. A new key, that's the number 2. Number 3, records book. One for you, your family, one for the community. And number 4, you need a cell phone to make those short videos. When people are bringing things, mini videos, a few seconds, 20, 40 seconds. And then later do, a little bit more. Other families are coming, 20, 40 seconds, 40, 1 minute. 1 minute for every group of family coming, more or less, right? Okay, if you are reaching the people, saying good morning, thank you, helping them out. Maybe they brought their things in a bucket, maybe they brought their things in a wheelbarrow. So if you are greeting the families, your spouse or your parents or parents-in-law are recording the videos. Make sure they know how to do it, because those moments cannot be repeated. So if they're too old, they're not used to, don't take chances that you're gonna have no video. Make many short ones. Past 5 minutes, make another short one of 1 minute. Past 5 minutes, make. At the end of the day, or at lunch break, you're gonna delete the ones that are not good and keep the best ones, okay? All right. Don't make large videos, no large videos, but yes, many small videos. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, get it done. Because you're also going to get points for not talking. You are objective. You show the first arriving families, you show the other families, show again, and combine these mini videos. Okay, so everyone knows what they're going to do on this Saturday. And you can have 2 or 4 couples, or 8 or 10, to do whichever is needed the most. At the meeting a week before, you're going to say, look, I need 2 or 4 or 8 or 10 according to reality. And say, look, I need those couples to be ready for whichever we need the most. Maybe you're going to get a whole bunch of mulch. Maybe you're going to have, so they're going to help one of those teams that you already established ahead of time, and they're gonna help the ones that need the most. Okay? All right, so very good. Now let's talk about something else. Okay, so you got everything we're still talking about here, the garden, to safety, and the room. So I already said everything about the room, right? I should have done the other way around, but anyways, because here first we talk about safety, and then we talk about the room. But if you get the donations, that's okay, because you're gonna need the tools to show them how to hold them, and how to put them away, how to keep them close by. All right, so now you got the documentation, you got all these 4 items here, so you're ready to go. You got the new key, you got the documents, you got your records book, and you got your cell phone to make these mini videos and some pictures that you have to print for this. All right, so you already got what you need. Now let's talk about some words for safety. So here already have everything going. If you don't have a couple that will be in charge of the bees, start getting the materials and you're gonna select them. If in the future they have their own room for bee items, that's okay when they start to get active. But for now, if you're in charge of collecting the B items as well, go ahead, already accept them. And if they're alive, you already put them outside, you know, and you're gonna also have some couples taking care of them, whichever is possible according to your season, according to how they're dropped off, or if it was a donation you just received, you know, from farmers, or if it's some materials you got donated from a resident, as everything else, okay? So they're called B items. B items. So make a little sign for the B items as well. All right? Okay, very good. So now let's say a few words about safety, you know, because this is very, very important. So for some things, you're going to show them exactly how to do it. All right? So let me just get my support here. All right. So garden, tool, garden safety, because then we're going to talk about everything. So one thing is the tool handling. Tool handling. The other thing is tool wait time. Okay. The other thing is tool washing, because once you know, you also have to do washing and back to place. No, here, tool back to place. All right, tool handling. So the body tools, you have to keep always straight with your body, okay? So here's a person, all right? So here's a person, always straight and close to you, all right? So here's the tool, all right? Always this way. For the small hand one, always in a very strong basket or crate. Crate that you put your hands on a side, or basket that you have very strong, so they won't fall in anybody's feet, all right? If you have something that's too weird, too big, too bulky, keep them away and wait if you're gonna need or not. All right, so when you have your shelves, okay, so put on the front what you're gonna need the most according to your reality. So for example, here's the hand tools, right? And right now the best option for you is to have them in a basket, let's say, just giving ideas. So you're gonna have, for example, the simple ones on a basket. On the back here, you're gonna keep the very weird ones or the bulky ones in this crate, this wooden crate with a hand hole on the side. A lightweight, you see there? A lightweight, a lightweight crate. So this is a shelf, right? So you keep going like that. A sprinkler is sprinkler. You know, what else I said? Anything. A box with a hose, that is the best for you now. And the new ones or old ones, or, you know, too long ones or too short ones, put on the back. Everything, you're gonna keep this pattern. If they don't have nothing, they don't have nothing for this item here, for example. But if they have, you know that on the back is the extra ones. This is a little different. You might, the main thing is that they're useful, they're good for now. But if you have an old hose or an old sprinkler that's still used, you know, and then you're gonna judge yourself. This one, what you really need right now, use this old sprinkler until it really breaks, or, you know, or use an efficient one because you really need good water now. So for everything, just gonna make good sense. Do not throw them away, because maybe another neighbor community come you need, maybe they at school you're gonna need. Keep everything you're not using on the back. At the front, you have short signs. Why? Because on the bottom shelf, so when you look the shelf, gonna be like that, right? Maybe you have 2 or 4, and here's the rest of the leg, right? Okay, all right. So you have small signs, okay? Small signs, right? Because here people are gonna put their hand to reach that basket. So maybe it can be like a flashcard even, okay? But you have there, and you put a strong tape on the top, okay? Because some shelves it's thick, you know, and this flashcard gonna be almost completely already gotten because this shelf they're thick. Okay, so, and also the position of those boxes or crates, right? Where they're going to be. All right, where they're going to be. Okay, so of course, on the very top and the very bottom, the things that you don't use too much, right? And on the very top, the synthetic chemicals, so you don't give any chances for young children to be messing around, okay? You do not throw them away. Remember, you're gonna give a little bit. If you need, you're gonna give a little bit. If there's slow release, use for after. Slow release, because they're much better, okay? And they're good also if it's a rainy season, okay? After, use those liquidy ones, those other forms, right? Not the slow release, the pebbles, you know, those pebbles, they're pre-made, use them afterwards, all right? Very good. So everything that's liquid, use them first. Okay, so on the top shelf, you're gonna keep those more harmful things. On the bottom, things that you don't use much, and those that you're gonna use every week. To be easy, pick up, drop off, pick up, drop off. Here you have a log in a binder, you know, with or clipboards at the wall, right? Pick up, drop off, pick up, drop off. You know, so if you have your teams, you know, of course, that first team got what? Large tools. And this team got large tools. Okay, so they go all around. Who gonna drop them off? Themselves. The last few minutes, these people wash, the last group that wash, give to them, and gonna be the same exact signature of the people that pick up in the morning. But you don't wash them. This last team is in charge to wash, okay? You can wash, yes, sorry. The people that got will wash because they are in charge. They got it clean, they give it back clean. So the last 5 minutes, they turn, the last team that used that, give to them. So you go all around, you know, the teams, and go back to that person. And the same for a small tools basket. For example, right, I'm giving some examples. Okay, so this team, go, you know, they move around and they get, okay? So you can also do like that. Needs to be the same team. So if you just share with 2 groups, and then they just give back to the same couple that got that basket. Oh, the basket's gonna have a number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, the other way around. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. you're gonna always keep this pattern going up from left to right. You see there? Put the numbers on them. If you're not sure, might change the other week, because this is not in alphabetical order, just how practice according to your reality. Put flashcards. And then, if need, you change afterwards the flashcards of this first box that's right there. Or cradle, or a plastic container, or a bucket. Can be also a small bucket that fits whichever you need inside them. Okay, so if it's not going all around, it's okay. This person used the small, and then they're gonna change with each other, and the same person that signed in got clean, return clean, and sign out. All right, the couple. Okay, all right, so this is good. So we talk about safety of holding the big tools. We talk about safety about holding, we talk about safety, how to walk until your area, holding right here beside you. And if it's rake, a hard rake, okay, the pointy things gonna be the pointy things, because towards inside the person, the pointy things of a rake gonna be towards the person. The person is in charge to look that no kid's gonna come and bump and hurt the leg of this gardener. And the spouse is right here, right? So the spouse is right here. So the tools gonna be between the couple. So we're really gonna be safe, okay? So the spouse, for example, can hold this or another tool or another 2 tools. Maybe they can bring 2 tools each, okay? All right, and not a whole bunch. Or put a whole bunch in a wheelbarrow, all right? In a wheelbarrow. That is okay as well. Put a whole bunch of long tools in a cart, you know, because some supermarkets gonna give the carts. We can use supermarket carts or wheelbarrows. All right, very good. Let me check my video because I have to download at YouTube now. See you soon. Okay, so here we are. My video is not ready yet to download into YouTube. Still downloaded on cell phone at this program. Okay, so let's keep going. So tool handling, long tools, tool handling for short tools, just in front of the person. If it's a cradle or a basket, that's a normal thing, okay? And other items can be carried in buckets, all right? For heavy items, such as bricks, or tiles, you know, and then you put them all inside the cart, or of course always the sharp parts pointing down. Put them all there, you know. The first one's gonna be the rake, and then after that any other one is fine, okay? All right, and in a wheelbarrow, okay? In a wheelbarrow. All right. And carts or wheelbarrow. Okay, so you get everything, and some other people gonna bring the buckets with other things such as the hose or sprinklers for them to work on the team. They already sign up. Okay, and then you have these extra people here. Remember I talked about to help whichever is the needed the most. You have some extra, right? And everybody gonna be close by. Okay. You keep the teens, children with their parents. But if you need an older teen, 18 years old and older, that's okay. You ask permission to the parents, because everyone's going to be really working close by. So one is here, grandparents are there, picnic tables, or they're going to be building a playground for the kids, you know, or they're going to be building a greenhouse, whichever, or picnic tables to sit to eat, or picnic tables to work, or counters. to work on Saturday, standing up, have a place to put things, okay? All right. Now, you're gonna need a counter. So let's say now not so much safety, but you're gonna need a counter, a working counter. All right, what you can do, you get a big piece. If you don't have many options, you bag a long piece, 2 or even 4 meters, 8, which 8 I don't think I'm gonna get. Piece of board, a wooden board. Or you can have doors from communities gonna start closing down, right? Okay, so you get the door and you have 2 frames like this. You know the triangle frames put under the top on the top. You're gonna make something like that. All right, and the other triangle is this way, or just one long one. And you put the door right there, make the counter. A whole family can work in one door. I think that's reason. Don't put too much. The other door will be a table. So you make a picnic table with the other door, make benches this side for the elders to sit, and here people are going to be standing up to work. This is a workbench, a work counter, okay? So here's the bench. Why? Because you have an elder, sometimes adults can sit a little bit, because it's 4 or 5 hours standing. Unless they move a lot, that's fine, but when the person stand on place, sometimes not so good, okay? All right, so standing people around, or you can have bench here, and people standing around. So you're gonna use those doors in positive places. If you have, that I start explaining here, if you have a long board, you know, like the size of 2, 4 meters. Also, you're gonna do this basic triangle, you know, this basic triangle. All right, look online for better options. You know, instead of just 4 legs, you use this triangle. The other thing people gonna be putting away, tables, right? So if they're strong tables, they can handle the water, you know, put it there. If they don't handle the water, just cover them with transparent plastic. Will be worth it to buy. And then you just have 1 brick here, 1 brick there, so they won't fly when the wind will come, you know. So, or you keep, you know, those clips, those party clips, so you can put the clip to hold the plastic into place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, done. According to the size of your table, can be a very long one. If it's a folding table, you fold and you bring inside to avoid corrosion, to avoid them, you know, get dirty with the dust from the week. Every morning, 7 o'clock, you already have that teens, you know, cleaning those tables. With what? With a soft brush to take, you know, dust out, or wiping out with a drop of soap. You have this team already cleaning before, and another team to clean later. You know, to wipe with drops of soap all the tables. And you already have teams to fold and put away. You know, they already clean everything, empty, of course. The folding tables to put away. So that's how it is. You get the teams you didn't create, you didn't think about. All right, you create that team because you're going to need them. And then it's very important, as soon as possible, you have the bees team, the chicken beans, the fish teams, and so bees, chicken, rabbits, and fishing and hunting. So those go in another house. So, because this is a lot of work here. You're going to plant a lot of food and a lot of trees to cover land, right? Maybe you're supporting a family, supporting a desert, okay? So that's separate. And these things can be combined because, you know, in another house another location. Unless the house is big, have many rooms, then you have one room for each thing. Okay, so I already talked about food handling. I already talked about wait time. You know, so next team, I think this title will be next team. Go always clockwise, you know, if needed they come back, that's all right, but try to have clockwise, you know, maybe it's just 4 or 2 teams, you have them clockwise, and they return, the same person brings it back to place. It dries, leave 5 minutes outside in the sun, for sure they're gonna dry out, okay? If you need 5 more minutes, and then you already bring them inside. Okay, so two washing. So the two wash will be the same exact team couple that took it out is in charge to bring it back very clean, the handle and the metal part, the wooden handle, the metal part. Okay, so as soon as possible, of course, you're going to install those washing sinks, outside washing sinks that you're going to get from your own house is going to start emptying out, or a nearby community, okay? Don't buy new, don't buy anything new because you have a whole bunch. Have 2, okay? One beside the other, so there's plenty of room to wash everything. All right, so 2 washing, you know, you don't use soap, it's not needed. You use soap to wash hands. Yes, you have a soap. You have 1 hand soap. You see those things here? Okay, get one of these baskets you don't use much, you know, or on the top away from the children, and keep. So one only is going to be the front with this little basket, plastic basket, like a container, Tupperware, that every day you're going to bring by the sink, okay, by the sink. All right, and on the back, a proper box, you know, with many others you got donated, or a few others. So the front one is the one you're using. Have a nail brush, have a soap, or even 1 soap and 2 nail brushes, for example, all right? Or even 2 soaps and 2 nail brushes, because more people can wash their hands. And to be 2 and 2 and not 1 and 2, right? Okay, so the front here with this soap and nail brush gonna be what? A small, strong container, a little bin, like a small shoebox, right? They bring, use during the day, the whole morning, bring back. Because the afternoon is someone else in charge. All right? Okay. All right, because what? You are in charge in the morning of the whole room, and in the afternoon is someone else. Okay? If you rather work, you know, in the afternoon just to drop off and pick up, that's okay, because you're in charge of this 2 room, and maybe you don't have someone else. That's okay. You stay a little bit more, already start receiving them at 1 or 2. Of course, you cannot work in restaurants, other places, right? And then you're there again before 6 to pick them up, all these baskets that they use. All right, so 2 wash I already talked about. You're going to use those sinks. And some is for clothes, you know, and some is for sinks from kitchen. So you just do the best you can, see which ones you have available, and use them. So two back to on place. So you need a clipboard with a log. And then everyone have access to it. It's hang right there the wall with a strong, you know, don't get these tiny nails or bent nails, because the wall is too hard, and you cannot ham them there. No, if you need to drill, but have a proper, okay, a proper clipboard. Okay, good. You have the wall, so you have everything you need. All right? Done. So you have the A team. They always keep going on their own page. And you have another clipboard to the PM team. Can you see here? Let's see. All right. So you have one clipboard on a wall for the AM team, and you have another clipboard for the PM team. So let's say they got this, this, that, and that. The next set, they keep going the following line. Don't waste any line. And don't leave any line empty. The only exception, it's for the beginning of a new semester, and then you new month, and then you make on this line here, you're gonna write April, the new month, or you're gonna write May is the new month, just for these first 2 years. Then you're gonna do semester, okay? But it's important you jump a whole line to write April, and then they're gonna have 4 or 5 Saturdays, right? And then they're gonna have June. So you color and highlight the back of that line, okay? And you keep going, don't jump all the way to the bottom, and then you get another page, and they will also be numbered on the top right side, okay? So you have the A morning team, PM team. People that pick up that basket, they have to drop off. You check how many things. So the log gonna be all those words, right? Options for them to fill out. All these things, right? These names I gave you, those cards. So those are the options they're gonna have to pick up and drop off. So the sprinkler basket, the small tool basket, or this box, or you know, okay. So the log gonna be like that, and then you're gonna have the date, their names, and the item number and how many were inside. So hand tool, how many? 10 inside that basket. You understand? And then here is the sign out and time. Here sign in and time. Okay? Sign out and time is the last. Sign out, and here is sign in, sign back. Okay, here sign out. Yeah, it's different when you drop off children, right? This is tools. Okay, so I already talked about that, how it goes back to place. You sign up, you know, and you tell the person, look, I already signed up, okay? Okay. So when everybody left, the person, the couple in charge with their family, gonna quickly check the log, you know, because you don't let them pick up. You know, that's the best way. You don't let them pick up. You give to them and you check what they're signing out. You know, your family gonna help your children, your teens, all right? They're gonna help you to check. All right, so you go, give the basket, and then you lock that room. You don't leave that room open the whole morning, open the whole afternoon. No. What they need, people already know what to do. They get what they need. They're going to share among themselves. Rare exceptions. Okay, you open the shed, get that one thing, close it again. But avoid that. You know, so people will already be organized before they start any job team of any type. People that finish what they have planned first, okay, they can rest a little bit, and then they can help someone, a team that most needs help, because sometimes happens, right? Maybe the wood was much harder and it's taking longer to do this or that. The playground or the garden beds. Maybe the soil was too dry, it's taking longer to wet them at the garden, you know, and then put the seeds with the soil already wet. I don't know. Maybe the hose has a hole and couldn't be used right away. Anything, if happen, one team that finished, they can sit for 5 minutes or so, you know, and then they look around who needs the most help and ask the person in charge, look, can we help this team? Can you help that team? Okay, but if you already work a lot and work fast, rest 5 or 10 minutes, that's okay. Or, you know, only 5 minutes, and then you're gonna ask where you think we need help, because this person, you know, one couple is in charge of the tools, maybe from some other communities another couple gonna be in charge of the real food planting, and another couple gonna be in charge of the tree planting. You know, another couple for the bees, another for the chicken, another, you know, for the rabbits, another one for the all these things, for fishing, for hunting. So we have different couples. Ask them. So look, I have 5 minutes left, but you're still there in your work area. You ask them, oh, who you believe I can help? But, you know, take water. So because you don't want to start helping, then you need to go to the bathroom, start helping, you're thirsty, start helping. You didn't sit that 5 minutes to look a little bit and see. You don't want to start help if you didn't clean up or wash your own tools, right? You need to be ready, whichever is your responsibility for everything that's assigned to you, then it's okay, you can help. Okay, so maybe that's okay, because maybe another couple is in charge, as I said, the food, and then that first couple is in charge of the tool. So it's okay, might be two different couples according to your reality. Okay, so we already talked about all these items related to the tool area, the tool handling, right? I think basically is that you have the name in stickers, a label for all these tools and for all these buckets, you know. You can write one sign on the top, you know, because we need every room with every material, kitchen, storerooms. You're gonna put here on your wall, you know, two different places, a one print size page. Remember that I told you, write their name strong. You're gonna write the name of your community, your complete address, including country, and if it's small, up to the smallest 100 country in the planet, you write also the name of the continent. And you put the email of the person in charge. So you can have two emails, you know, you're gonna put their name. So responsible for garden tools, and then you put your name, your spouse name, email. So, you know, for people that don't know, they keep putting, or even for the security people, they're going to be looking the cameras, they relate and they learn, because too many names for people to learn right away. So it is written there. And then for the bees, the same exact thing, responsible for the bees. Wife, always wife first, husband, and last name, and then email. I forgot here. Last name and email. So you keep going, you know, bees, chickens, rabbits, or fishing, hunting, they're in charge of that room. Okay, all right, okay, so here we are. And then who gonna be in charge of the main door of this very big house? The main door here, the main door of this big house. So one of these four couples that are organizing themselves and helping these 10 couples to assume their position. So that somebody here or two You know, so you don't want to give everything in the hand of one couple. Have two that have that key. Where are they going to keep that key? They do not bring to the city. They do not bring home. They keep at the office, inside the office. They only bring home the key of the office, but not the key of cafeterias or classes, you know, or places you're gonna keep tools. Okay, they do not bring this key home, but yes, the key of their own office, being 4 or being 10. Okay, all right, so here we are with a few more updates. Let's see if we have something else. Let me look my video if it's ready. We'll come back soon. Okay, no, it's not ready yet. Now it's 11:30 at night, May 4th, 2023. We're ready to go. Okay, so I think I talked everything I could about safety and tool room. All right, so now let's talk about body safety. Physical, right? Physical safety. Okay, so you need long pants, long pants, long shirts for mosquito or against the sun. Or you're ready, okay, with short sleeves and shorts. You do whichever you believe is right for you. As soon as you don't faint for hydration, don't get burned at night so you can sleep well, that is fine. Every person in charge of their own. Okay, and you, the couple in charge of the tool room, you offer, does someone need sunblock? I have right here. Okay, if you see if it's muggy, a bunch of mosquito, offer the bug spray, please. If it's those that are too bad, do not throw them away. Use them first at the clothes, not at the skin, because some are crazy. United States, they have some, I forgot how they call, but they have DDT, I think. They're very, very strong. They smell from far away, but they're efficient, so people are not going to get sick or scratching all over afterwards, right? Because people are unhealthy right now. We have to remember they might attract mosquitoes that healthy people don't attract because their scent, it's incredible, but it's true. You know, attract more mosquitoes. So where are you going to put? In your collar, shirt, you know, close to your neck to protect your face and your neck. You're going to put close to the wrist. You know, you're going to spray that spray on your clothes, not in your hair or your skin. Okay, so very good. You can also put in your pants, you know, at the end of the pants here. You know, you can spray close to your socks if you have shorts. You know, my work. All right? Okay. Yes, use bug spray and yes, use sunblock. It's better than get sick. Right? Okay. Use the worst sunblock first. Use the worst bug spray first. Okay. So that everything just makes sense. It's forbidden to use caps, hats. I think let's do up to 1 year. And then I'm going to let you know 1 year from the organization. Because in the very future, people can use small ones. But right now we have to record those cameras from people without hats or caps. Forbidden. Hats or caps forbidden. Okay, or bandana forbidden. Strings to hold your bangs, you know, in the forehead forbidden. Bandana forbidden. Okay, so we're still talking about physical safety, right? So you're in charge of all that. Now let's talk about the water, the hydration drink, 9 o'clock and 3 p.m. You know, what else? rubber boots or tennis shoes, right? Boots or tennis, you're gonna tell them ahead according to the job. Some people might be taking the grass, some people using weeder, you know, the hand weeder, some might be using a mower, okay? Whichever is your reality, you need to put that grass down. That's the first thing. Then you will see how you're gonna take the grass out and plant something new, or just keep that grass for that 6 months or 1 year, right? Because it doesn't make sense for you to plant expensive grass that's flat and perfect, that we say before, if you're moving 6 months, 1 year. If you live in the center of a continent and you're not part of those 200 kilometers from the beach line, so you're not going to spend extra money. You're going to keep your weeder. You're going to keep your mower. All right. Okay. So rubber boots until your knee for working in a weeds area, and tennis shoes, okay, for everyone else. Forbidden sandals and forbidden flip-flops. What else? Forbidden socks, walking socks, and forbidden barefoot. Oh, I live here for 10 years. I always walk barefoot. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not doing that for 2 years for sure. And after that, we're going to tell you how you can do it. But for 2 years, you're not doing barefoot for sure. And no socks as well. No, some people like to walk with socks, get them dirty. We're not doing that. Even in sandy areas that they don't get too much stain, we're not doing that, okay? All right. No social shoes, of course. No social shoes. And no, how you call, Crocs. Crocs have holes. No Crocs for 2 years. Keep them in your house. Use them after. Or use them to go to the pool. To the pool is okay. Flip-flops and Crocs, it's okay for the pool. That is something else, but not working at the garden. We need to be safe. All right. The other thing, it's long socks. Some are 10, 20 centimeters long. You know, so here's your shoes. You know, don't have no show, because if any ant get there, you're in trouble. Don't use no show. You need at least 10 centimeters or more, okay? So we protect ourselves from ants, from scorpions, okay? And if it's area that you're cleaning old wood, or you're cleaning a pile of bricks, or you cleaning trash mixed with old wood, or, you know, bags of mulch, or whichever it is, things that are standing or tall grass, you need rubber boots. To be safe, with a long socks, white socks here, black socks is forbidden, white, okay, that's what we're doing, white socks, at least 10 centimeters. You get more points if it's 20. Just buy those socks, give to everybody, you know, at least to the couples that are gonna be in charge of cleaning up the land. All right? Okay, very good. The other thing, it's be careful under the tree. So you know, some trees or bushes, you know, pitanga is a bush. All right, so they grow, you know, but they're too close to the ground. You see, the branches grew and already falling. Okay, so here's the canopy. All right, what you gonna do? First, you're gonna mow everything else. You just leave that area in a reasonable, here's the canopy. where the seeds are, where you might find little sprouts that will be very useful. You can sell to someone else, you can give to someone else, right? To a school, to a local, another community. All right, so it's 2 meters away from the center, it's 1 meter, whichever is your reality. There's a big tree, 4 meters, 8 meters away for you to get those seeds in case they're needed. All right, mow everything else and leave that, because just with the noise, any bad creature gonna walk away, hopefully, right? Okay, before you get to this, so you already mow everything already. That's first, you mow everything else. Okay, you mow everything else. All right, and then the number 2, you actually gonna clean up the area, right? The base. What you're gonna do first? You're gonna take the weeds out first, or you're gonna trim the branches. Make a plan ahead of time. What is the best, most safest to do? You know, it's a place that might be snakes or not. It's a place that might be, I don't know, it's a large tree, the weeds are tall or not. Or what you need the most is just to start trimming so you can get those sprouts. You can get 10 this week, 10 the next week. What is your reality? Make a plan so you're 100% smart and 100% safe when you're going under canopies like that, because you don't want to mow the little seedlings that might be there, but also you don't want to go on, you know, and just start touching those seeds with grass all over and branches coming down, almost touching the floor. Okay? All right. Make a plan which one you're gonna do first and decide and do it. Have helpers, and also you get a stick and you stick here, you stick there, because probably all these trees have dry leaves. That's another thing. You go, come back, mix around, go, come back, mix around. Or you get that small fork, you know, that small fork that's a little bigger than about 15 centimeters instead of, you know, those, some it's hard, long, hard. They are about 28 centimeters long, you know, those hard rakes, straight here. Okay, you're not using that. Use the small one. They're rake as well. These are a little longer than those, but they're about 10, 12 centimeters instead of this very big one. So you scratch a little bit here, scratch a little bit there. You go to different areas of this canopy, so if any bug, anything, they're gonna run away. Okay, so scratch. Don't rake, because you want those seeds with those sprouts. Understand? All right? Okay. So even before you start trimming the branches or taking out the grass that's growing in the middle, you scratch here, scratch there. Your spouse can do a little bit too. Nothing came out, or maybe already left. Okay, then you can start working. All right? Now, in places also belong to the physical safety. It sticks. And be careful with Lyme disease. Those two things you have to pay attention. So it sticks and Lyme disease. Okay, you can see for Lyme disease, if you live in areas like that, you probably already heard about, know where they are. So if you're helping a state park to close, that's your job, or a city park or a national park, if they have that or not. You're gonna use clothes. You tuck in your very long socks. Socks need to go all the way by your knee. Inside the rubber boots. And you're gonna have long pants, tuck in, the elastic comes outside your pants. The pants cannot be too thick. Okay, all this count. Cannot be a stiff jeans, can be a more softer jeans. Okay, you have long sleeve shirt. What else you have? Anything. You can even put oil around your boots. Yes, put oil. You have those. Oil is okay. You can use it from can if you have, or you can use from bottles. Put oil. Anything you can do, you do it. Oil on your rubber boots, because it's going to be harder for those sticks to climb. Change your long sleeve shirt, because you might be passing through bushes, and you don't touch bushes. Don't touch bushes with your shoulder, your arm, if you're trimming a little bit or not, or if you're cutting trees, right? Maybe you're cutting trees from that state park to send to a desert land. Whichever is your reality, because I'm already talking about physical safety, so I'm going to complete with that. All right, so you're trimming trees, you know, so that's another thing. Your break, have a complete new clothes. It does help. New set of clothes, everything new. Check your boots. You know, if you see any ticks, because sometimes they're too tiny, you cannot even see them. Put more oil on your boots. Simple things like that. And check the whole thing. And cut your hair very, very small. That's another thing, okay? Even females, if you're cutting those trees to send the log for mulch for desert lands, that's what the things you can do. You don't need to take a shower, but go to the bathroom and have a big hamper. Everyone put their clothes in a big hamper, not a small hamper that they're gonna climb. Any tick on the clothes gonna climb and get out. No, have already a big hamper. Okay? So all these things help. If you're gonna work a few months at this state park, for example, right, or this location, because you have many trees, you're gonna be working there for a while, it's okay. Have a washing machine right there. People took it out. They're ready. Someone already put everyone's clothes to wash. You know? Clear colors. That's also for every woods or every place that you're not sure. Clear colors. Because if any ant climb your legs or ticks, you're quickly gonna see. Or something else, spiders, some places, you know, we're not used to walk on them. They are like, you know, little things you don't want to have. All right? Clear pants. Use the beige, you know. Use, beige is the best. You know, very clear colors. Okay? All right. So put that clothes to wash with good soap and water and hot water. All this help. You took it out, go straight on the dryer. So you use hot water to wash these clothes where you have any tick or ticks for Lyme disease. That's even worse. Wash right away from this big hamper, right? I said use a very big tall hamper, not a small one. That tall means 1 meter. 1 meter, about 1 meter. Tall hamper can be the skinny one, the thicker ones, like trash cans, right? That used to be for trash. There are many. Do not ever throw those things away. We're gonna use them. Okay, wash in hot water. Everyone change. Put in a hot water. When you come back, that cycle finish, you're working close by, or your parents already put on a dryer. You know, 1 hour after drying. So probably gonna be 1 hour to dry and 1 hour to kill anything. This is the same for infestation of lice, other things. So 1 hour for drying, 1 hour, one whole cycle for drying, about 1 hour, and 1 hour to really kill anything. The clothes is already dry, okay? Very good. all right? And simple things like that, you can do it. And for these cases, you can use the rubber gloves. You know the rubber gloves, the yellow bright one, it's okay, not the blue. The blue small one, no. You use the yellow one with long, you know, with long arm length here, almost until your elbow, you know. And you can put on your wrist, you can put some oil right there, not on the fingers, but at the wrist, because that, if you touch a lice here, instead of crawling, they're too tiny, you're not going to keep looking every second at your hand, but you look. Every few minutes you have a look, the back, the front of your hand. If you put some oil right here at your wrist, it's less chances for that tick, of course, to go towards your elbow and climb your clothes until your shoulder or neck. All right? Okay. So let me see if we have something else. So clothes need to be comfortable, right? Comfortable. You know, clothes. That is the most basic thing. You know, elders, you know, can't have something too tight. They're not comfortable with it. Or something synthetic because someone said that they protect better against the sun. Please don't do that. Or tight shoes, you know, that they don't feel comfortable. So the most basic thing cannot be too baggy. That is different. You know, those clothes hanging around, no. They're more or less tight, but they're flexible. You know, flexible. So, for example, for elders, you can have, instead of a zipper and a button, you can have elastic, because more chance. You move into a new town. You know, you go to the thrift store, right? If they're too fat, for sure they're going to lose weight. If they're skinny, for sure they're going to gain weight, because that's the process of being healthy. That's natural. But that's an idea. You can give them elastic, you know? All right? So people need to feel comfortable. No tight shoes, tennis shoes, tight rubber boots. And here you can have, of course, how many cabinets you need. Have one for the boots. So if you can buy or ask donation, this is very important. Have, you know, 10 or 20 boots, because in the future people that will be taking care of the bees can use, maybe some hunters. Already ask, according to reality, ask for 20 pairs. White boots. Not black, not dark blue, white, or very clear, such as very clear green, bright yellow, it's okay, or clear blue, but get away of the blue and the green, because the green, no green, no green, no green, no blue. Boots will be only bright yellow or white, only, okay? So here, boots, rubber boots, right? That's not the leather boots you can use, but for safety, not for those bugs and animals. Safety for tools, for demolishing. Then you can use these leather boots over there. But here for ticks and for scorpions, for snakes, you're gonna use proper tall rubber boots. Only white or bright yellow. Okay? All right, so let's see if we have something else about physical safety. You need to be healthy. Need to eat well before you go. You eat protein and salad. Colorful salad. You eat before you start any job anywhere. Eat your eggs, eat pieces of chicken with oats. You know, people have diabetes, give them oats. They establish the sugar along the day. if they eat omega, flaxseed, I don't know, pieces of meat, whichever you have, but they need the protein and they need a colorful salad for them to be healthy, you know, and good. And then 9 a.m. come the hydration drink, and 3 p.m. for the afternoon team, you know, people in charge. They're not going to do only that the whole day, right? They have their job, they have their team, they're going to be doing something, right? Okay, then they make a stop according to reality, how many drinks they have to make, you know, might be an hour, 40 minutes. Okay, they go, make, serve, lock their doors, come back to work at their team, you know, planting, carrying seeds, whichever, trays. Okay. All right, so about safety, I already talked about. Everyone is healthy, everyone is safe, everyone gonna drink water the whole day. So the afternoon team needs to remember they might start working at the peak of the heat, 1 o'clock or so, right? So they drink water 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon, midday, and then they're going to start working. They hydrate their body before they go to work in the afternoon. All right, this is important. They're going to have a good lunch, yes, you know, but they also need a good breakfast, you know, okay? Some people are used to, they can handle, you know, don't eat anything. I do that sometimes, don't eat anything whole morning, but people that are used to, that's different. People that never go to the sun and never sweat and take sun. So one thing is the sun. The other thing is the sweat. When both combines, people that are not used, we have to be careful so they won't be dehydrated. All right. Okay, very good. We got everything we need, right? The most important things. You cannot use hat and you cannot use cap, but cut short your hair if you're afraid of ticks or bees, bad bees such as African bees, you know, to get crumble or other types that get mixed in a hair, okay? So, and the other thing now, let's say a few words about the dogs, okay? So that's another safety for cleaning new houses, the dogs. So the first thing they need is to attend the owner. If they call, they come right away and stop doing anything. Even if they find a piece of meat, if it's rotten or new, they come back right away to the owner. That's the type of dog. They need to be polite, they need to be respectful. They don't have history of hurting anyone. You know, they're not pit bulls, they are not boxers, you know, because those type are bad anyways, right? They're mean or unpredictable. We don't want any dog that's unpredictable. All right, so basically it's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, okay? And you can have time. So from the organization launching day, let's give 2 months to decide which dog's gonna stay. So you're gonna have the forms, fill up, test them, and you're gonna put here good meat and see if their owners call, if they right away come in. Why? Because if they see a bad animal that wants to attack them, hyena, bear, or I don't know, they're not, or a snake, they're not going to fight. If the main thing is just for them to see, they're checking the land, let's say, right? They're checking the land or want to clean the land soon. Okay, if they find any animal, they're not going to fight. The best is for them to come home quick. You're gonna see which animal it is. The owner gonna see. And how far they can go. 10 meters, 20, 40, 100. And they will listen to that whistle and come back. You're gonna be right here checking the people in charge, two different couples, gonna be right here checking if he gonna eat the meat or really listen, something they really like, or if they're gonna listen the owner and go back to the owner, to their base, because that's the type of dogs we're gonna keep, the ones that know how to listen their owners and have good records. All right? Because as I said, instead of giving any chances for them to get hurt with poison from snakes or from animals scratching them, no, they go back home, and then the hunting team, no, we have this on the land, we have that on the land, so we have to wait 1 more week to clear or clean that land, or we're going to stop here with noise according to the animal that you found, right? We're going to stop here with weeders, or we're going to stop those, putting those trees down. I don't know, because you need the wood for something, the desert, or for mulch for your property, and then you can make a plan. The main thing is just for the dogs to be walking, running, making noise, and see people that observe in different locations of the property to see the reaction of the dogs, to see if they have. So the dog passed here, okay, so they can stay here. The dog already passed here, so they can, after the dog, they can stand right there, look around, you know, where the dog already passed. Don't go stand, there might be a pile of ants right there. But you can walk slowly, look, and start coming back, okay? Always 100% smart with a plan and 100% safe with a plan. With action. All right. Okay, so we already talked about this. Let's say very quick now about demolition and construction tools. Demolition will be these big hammers, this big, before that, I have one more thing to talk about our shelf. You know the shelf for the garden tool, you're gonna have a hook. So let's say the shelf is like that. Usually they have a little piece showing on the top. Before the last shelf, you get this part and you attach to the wall with a rope, and here the same way, both sides, okay, towards the very top, but not all the way, because then you don't have much security. Even that seems stable, if it's very strong wood or if a very strong plastic, whichever it is, you're gonna attach with a rope, and you put the ring here. You see? Oh, sorry, you can't see. Oh, let's make it bigger here. So here's your shelf. Okay. So here's your shelf. Here's the very top tip, right, of this big frame. So if it's a wooden frame, here's the legs. If it's a wooden or plastic frame, doesn't matter. Here before the end, you get a rope attached to the wall. And what you're gonna put on a wall, you're gonna put a ring, you know, a ring that you're gonna use a screwdriver and put on a wall. And here too, not too far as I'm doing, but close by, really tight, you know, that's what you're gonna do, okay? All right, you need to get points and do that. Very strong rope, make a very good knot, and every week you're gonna check the security. It's still there, nobody cut out. Okay, lock the door and leave that room. Everything you check for these main items, those are considered high security for your small tool room, but yes. All the large tools, that's the other thing I didn't say. All the large tools gonna be facing down, right? If they're square, if they are more like round, if they are rakes, right? Which have soft rake, hard rake. Here's the soft rake. All right. They're facing down into, you know, the box I just showed you a little early today, the plastic frame box, but the priority is to have a wooden one that cannot slide away. You know, you're gonna put the tools here and then maybe slide. No, you have to figure out what you're gonna put on the bottom of this wooden box or plastic box that they're not going to slide the box away and everything gonna fall down. Okay? And as soon as you can, that's just to start. You're gonna drill, you know, about 10 centimeters away from the very end. You're gonna drill a hole and put very strong things, hooks, because then it's easier to clean, right? And you're gonna keep all this type here, all this type there, you know, like 4 different groups, you know, okay? All right, very good. All right, awesome. Let's put in practice. Do the best you can. And those hooks can be also those long ones, you know, those long metal hooks that go to the wall like this, you know. All right, so they can slide, they can fit 1, 2, 3, 4 on that same hook. I did the other way around, sorry. You know, so when you put these hooks, they have the triangle on the bottom. Okay, so this is how it is, right? They need to have this little tip higher. You see here? Not straight. They need to be tall here, so the tools won't fall easily. Okay, so at the wall they're like that. They have this triangle like that. So here they will fit 1, 2, 3, 4 tools. Those long tools. They slide over with the ring. They have a ring on this last 10 centimeters. I guess need to be 5. I don't know if 10 gonna work. Yeah, maybe 5. 5 centimeters from the end, and all tools gonna be hang tall tools, you know, like this. Maybe you don't find a very long one, or maybe the wall is not sturdy. Okay, put 2 tools in each hook, but they're clean, they're organized, they're neat and away from the floor. If you don't have those yet, it's okay, get a box, all right, and fit them all. Or if you're moving soon, 6 months, you know, it's not worth it. But if it's 1 year, you're gonna do this because it's worth it, all right? Okay, very good. So here we have more updates, and we see you soon. All right, for demolition construction tools, so you're gonna do exactly the same. You're gonna make those little signs, you know, people gonna donate what they have from screws, and on the same day you're gonna do plumbing material, you're gonna do electric material, electric tools, plumbing tools, whichever you have. All right, if you live in houses, if you live in an apartment, probably you're not going to have those items. But if you live in houses or workers like that, they just close their business, they're going to have a whole bunch, you're not throwing away, right? Because everything can be used for now, even pipes, thick pipes, you can plant things. Okay, so you're going to do exact like that, you know, and then you're going to have your own shelf with your own things, 1 or 2 or 4, not 3. You're gonna have your own shelves at your own room. You're gonna have the key of that door. You might share a room with, for example, the bee items, or maybe you share a room with the, I don't know, with these garden tools here. I don't know. All right, so you might share a room or might share a house or an apartment. Okay, so the demolition items will be those hammers, those things that cut plywood. So if you get here, so you're gonna cut the whole window out, or you know, there are many demolition items. Okay, all right. And the plumbing, electricity, put everything together. That's always the first. So you're gonna do this. If you have a lot of materials, you're gonna do this. You have the center to walk, you have the little signs, and people will put outside the sign, you know, and they are already gonna be in groups. You sort them out in groups as the families will arrive and they will bring their items. If one or another close their business, probably be a whole bunch of items for the entire community to help just that one donation, for example. All right, and then you select them and have different shelves, one for plumbing, one for electrician, one for construction, and one for bees. And of course, one for garden items. Okay, you have one shelf, separate shelves, because you're gonna have things. Okay, and every room can fit 4 shelves, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Okay, but those is also building. So what you're gonna build here? Building items. The chicken house, the rabbit house, the bee house, and the greenhouses, right? If it's too hot, if it's too cold, if you're gonna put mist, what you're gonna put, okay? A place you're gonna make all the counters with the doors. You're gonna take out from your neighbors, a community that's moving. Okay, so that's to build. And here, to demolish, what you're gonna do? You're gonna need items to take off doors. You're gonna need items to take off sinks from kitchens and use outside here at your work area. Machines that cut the wood, you know, or the plywood, you know, or the bricks. So you need different things according to reality. You're getting organized to demolish a neighbor community. You're gonna be workers and need more tools, or you preparing yourself to demolish your own community in 6 months or 1 year. Okay, all right, have one shelf for each of those things here. All right, and you need those knives, you know, this is sliding pocket knife, I don't know how they call, to cut the carpets. Always 2 meters frame, because they can be sent to the desert, and they can also be used for you to make those sidewalks, right? Or places that you don't want too much weeds, you know, you can use them along 2 by 2, even 4 by 4, 2 by 2, always 2 by 2. Or 2 meters long, 2 by 10, 2 by 8, that's okay. All right, so you can put one beside the other like that, you know, 2 long ones for the areas you eat, for example, to put under the picnic tables. That's fine, because instead of trimming those grass over and over and over and over along the months, just put a big rug right there. Gonna get some dirt, it's okay, no problem. All right, might get some bugs underneath after, but it's okay. Bacteria, you know, don't worry, you know. And then you clean on vacation months, as other carpet of the houses as well. Okay, so what else you can use from places you're gonna demolish that maybe is your neighbors, right? The wooden floor, if they have any, the kitchen, living room tables, chairs, you know, that can handle the weather, tiles, you know, those folding chairs for the elders, you know, so they're not going to be too far with the picnic tables. You can have some elders right there beside the playpens, you know. You can keep one of those shelves only for playpens, you know. Maybe you can have 4 playpens, you know, or 6. Some communities have hundreds of apartments, so you're gonna have maybe 10, 20 babies, who knows, right? If you have 400 or 500 apartments, okay, have 6 playpens, 1 shelf just for those items. Okay, basically is that. If you got carpet and you don't know what to do, and you make a plan ahead. Before you cut the carpet from people's house, where that carpet gonna go, already make a plan, all right? Now the last explanation of the day. So if you're here, that's your area, right? That's your community. All right, so you're gonna have this area here, the gardens. All right, so let's say that's the area you get, that's the area you're gonna have gardens. So some long like this, right? With a walk in the middle always, and some long like that. Okay, you can put carpet between those, not 2 meters, that would be too much, okay? But then you cut just a ½ meter. But that's another idea. If you don't have mulch, that's the best idea, okay? Because mulch, we're gonna use the best as possible, not in the center of the continents anymore. We're gonna bring the mulch to the 200 kilometers from the beach line and to the desert lands, okay? All right, so this last explanation. So if you have tile from the houses or donation, you put there. If you have stepping stones that are straight, a square, or if they are rectangle, put them between those gardens. So whichever you have the best, you're gonna put between those gardens in a sunny location. So the weeds won't take over. You won't spend time pulling weeds with your hands unless they grow at the garden beds, but not between or sideways, you know. Put whichever the best option. Cut those carpets, put them straight, long, 10 meters long, 4 meters, whichever those living rooms they're coming from. Cut them long ways, the best as possible, straight, and you're gonna be worry-free and save time instead of pulling weeds, okay? All right? Or spending gasoline or, you know, other fuels or electricity to be cutting, okay? Focus on the food, time for the food and time for the tree planting, and not for weeds. Okay, so you can put between the gardens, like I show here, you can put on the picnic table that people are gonna have classes or eat. You can put by the playground, get pieces and put. You know, instead of buying a bunch of sand to put on the bottom of the playground, just put carpets, you know, rugs that you already have anyways, and then you wash, you know, put with soap and water, look the bottom, check January and July. All right? Okay? All right, very good then. And I guess basically is that. Just do the best you can according to reality. Always make a plan first and do it accordingly. This way, you're gonna be 100% smart and 100% safe. Okay, my friends, so now I have to go to bed. It's more than midnight. My other video start downloading just now on YouTube. And this one, I guess I'm gonna do tomorrow. So I see you soon. Take care. Let's get enthusiastic with this beautiful work we're doing. And please subscribe right now. You know, we have, we need more subscribers so we can have money on YouTube. So we need 1,000 subscribers, 1,000,000 subscribers. Let's do it. We're gonna do it with your help, right? 100 here, 100 there, and then we get it. All right, so those videos are very important. Start typing, start sending to the schools, talk to principals, talk to teachers, okay? And what else you're gonna do? So you have a plan from Monday to Friday. You know how long you're going to work, and every day you're going to work at the same time, sharing those emails and doing other things everyone else in the planet needs to do. Okay? All right. So please give a thumbs up, subscribe for notifications, right? And share every day, Monday to Friday. 10 sentences with 10 links. You do a little introduction at top, a little paragraph, 4 or 5 sentences, and you say very thank you, appreciate at the bottom of the page, and you're done. All right, thank you so much, and we see you soon.